Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Small Talk. Well, today I'm going to talk to somebody who started something I think very generous. So despite the fact that she runs a business, she does this on the side, and it's called the book bags. Time to find out what that's all about. It's time to meet Pamela Chatry. Welcome to the show, Pamela.
Hello, Nancy, and thank you so much for having me this morning. It's just wonderful to be here. Thank you.
I'm glad you could make it. That's really great. So now tell me about what the book bags is, what it's all about.
Well, I'm happy to do that. So everybody complains about COVID and all of the restrictions and all of the terrible struggles we all faced during COVID. And I'm actually quite grateful for COVID because out of something really bad came something really great. So the book bags really was started when my mother is living in a seniors residence in the Fraser Valley, and they shut everything down. They took the libraries away, the puzzles away, the visitors away, and they literally were sitting in their rooms, all of these dear folk who had no entertainment, excuse me, no social interaction, very isolating. And the only people who could see them, and I'm sure you've heard these stories coming out of COVID, but the only people who could see them was one family member or one friend designated as a caregiver. So when I was visiting my mom, I was her established caregiver, and I would take her bags of books. And so she would talk to her friends, and they would all phone one another throughout the seniors' home. And she was telling them what she was reading. They said, "Where are you getting these books from?" And she said, "Well, my daughter is bringing these books to me." And they said, "Oh, can we have some? Can she bring some for us?" And so the idea for the book bags came from that simple premise of delivering. If one person needed books, how many other people were living in our community who had no access to books? So that's where it started. And I do it because I'm a business advisor by trade. I did up a business plan for my small not-for-profit, and addressed all of the risks involved and all of the other good stuff. It recruited a number of friends, and we started collecting books. Put a call out to the community for books, and it just has grown and grown from there. And now we're servicing many seniors, homebound, and I will say there's also some families in there as well.
Okay. No. At that time you were delivering, like you said, to the where your mom was. But now, do you go to people's individual homes?
Yes. Yeah, we do. They register with us. We have it's a wonderful service because we get to know them very intimately. We type them through a registration form that talks about what they love and what they don't love, what their reading tastes are, and we also have puzzles. We have word finds, Scrabble, all the little books that you can buy in the grocery store. We have a lot of those as well. We call them the quiet entertainment because not everybody is a reader.
Right.
And we have also expanded into audiobooks as well.
So how many people would you say you deliver to?
On a monthly basis right now, we're delivering to 50 to 60 seniors and homebound. Which actually is about 200 to 300 books a month. So it's gone from one little bag of 3 to 4 books to many, yeah.
And how many people you have delivering them?
I have a team of 8 now, volunteers, who when we get a registration form in, we walk through it, as I mentioned, and get to know that senior. Then I turn it over we try, because of the gas prices, rising gas prices, it's very challenging, to try and keep your gas prices down. And these are people that are doing it through the love of taking care of others. And so I try not to put too much cost on their fuel tanks. And so we work geographically, and I try when someone comes in to give it to one of my volunteers who's maybe it's a 10-minute drive from their home. Yeah. And yeah.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, so what kind of a range do you have for the deliveries? What areas?
Oh, well, we are servicing the Fraser Valley, Mission, Chilliwack, Abbotsford, Langley. We have Fort Langley at this time. So there's quite a spread throughout the Fraser Valley of people who are finding us.
Very good. That's excellent. So have you Oh, and you must have had some kind of feedback from some of the people, the recipients.
Yes, yes, very much so. Well, one of the I guess the things that unexpected outcomes that is just it's such a heart-centered piece is that we are helping to prevent social isolation.
Right.
And if you look at loneliness and isolation in our seniors, COVID came and went, but it doesn't mean that isolation and social isolation are non-existent. There are so many people in our community who are living alone, who never go out of the house, who maybe can't, who have limited income. They have no contact with their neighbors. And so one of the benefits to our services that we love is that once a month, these people get a call from us. We get to know them. We often, now we can have tea with them. We've had one lady who's laid on 3 different lunches for her driver, and they've gotten to know one another. It's such a wonderful thing that we're doing because it gives them somebody to chat with.
Yes.
And I think the other thing, Nancy, is that we find out how they're doing. My people are really engaged with each of these individuals enough that we can refer them on to services in our community. We had one dear lady. Can I share just a quick story with you? Yeah. Thank you. This one dear lady had moved here, and I won't give too much in the personal details because we do protect them.
Sure.
They're vulnerable populations, but she moved here, and her family member that she moved here with died within about 6 months of her moving here. She's 94 years old.
Oh my.
She knew nobody in the Abbotsford community. She moved into a brand new home and expected to live a full rest of her life with this family member. So she found us through an article in the paper in the Abbotsford News that was written about us. And we started delivering books to her. And she had her 95th birthday alone. And she was trying to deal with this person's estate and all of these other details, trying to bury this person. And it was a very tragic situation. We were able to connect her with seniors services in our community that have helped her through a number of the financial pieces. We have helped her just have, I think, just that resource.
Yes.
And we look forward to our calls with her every month. And she looks forward to our talks and chats. So it's a kind of service that we've also added on.
I think that's wonderful because, as you said, it's more than just giving them a book to read or a puzzle or something, right?
Yes. Yeah.
A lot of them need more than that. Yeah.
Excuse me. And it's engaging. The thing with books and puzzles, they say that with the brain, if we don't use it, we lose it, right?
Yes.
And we have a number of our clients are visually challenged now through glaucoma and other visual pieces. And so we've been able to source some funds for purchase of large print books. Well, these readers, we call them our readers, are so happy that they can read again and that they can actually engage their brains and they finally have something stimulating.
Yeah, that's excellent. So if somebody wanted to donate books, how would they go about it?
Donate books, or we're also open to donations, and we can give tax receipts now, which is very, very great. And if anyone would love to donate, they can just contact me at either Pamela Chatry, which my phone number is 604-329-1902, or Pamela at thebookbags.ca. And we do have a web page and a Facebook page.
Okay, so it's more than just, as you said, donating books, donating time.
Yes.
I'm sure you could use more people, volunteers to help out.
Yeah. Or if someone is often they find us through their family members. And so if you know of a senior or someone that is homebound in our community, we just recently had a woman who battled cancer for a year who we've been delivering books to, and a very serious cancer. And so we were able to serve her. So if you know of anyone who, would love a personalized bag of books, it's like Christmas, you get that bag every month, and we would love to be able to get them on our delivery list and take care of them.
When you think about it, it's such a simple thing to do, right? But it has so much impact.
Yes. Yeah, it really does. Many, many different benefits to our readers, but also to us as well.
Yeah, it's a give.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a heart gift. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. I live in a condo and I'm part of a social committee in my building, and we try to put on events to get people out and to participate. And especially, like you said, if even if it's a small building, but some people just don't have any company,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yes.
Family members that don't live by. So just somebody dropping by with books and take a few minutes to chat must make a big, big difference in their lives.
Yeah, it's interesting when we all think of when we, all these commercials on television about seniors, and you see them living in these high-end, homes or care homes, independent care, and they all look like they're, everybody's engaging with one another, and that just isn't the case. And as you say, the apartment buildings, I believe, are often the worst places. You can live in a building with 300 apartments and nobody knows one another.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I think the other thing that is to consider too, Nancy, is the poverty level amongst seniors. British Columbia has the highest poverty rate of seniors over 65 in Canada. And we don't think about the fact that these people can't even afford to get a vehicle or anything to even get them to a library. They're not on computer, very computer illiterate, many seniors. So when it's still a personal phone call, they can't afford anything extra.
Yeah,
nothing extra whatsoever. So it's very much a purpose service when we look at what we do, and our organizations in our communities as well are trying to eliminate social isolation and poverty. But we need to be concerned.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I find, and like as I do more interviews, I'm finding more and more people especially businesses are becoming really generous, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Such as yours, with trying to reach out to people out there, and no matter how it started, whether it started with your mother or some other way, it still started, and that's the whole beauty of it, right? And it has a ripple effect, I think.
Yeah, I think that we need to just every once in a while take a step back and say, who else is out there in our community that we can serve? Right. What can we do in our own small way, whether it's, driving a senior to a doctor's appointment, or whether it's working at a food bank or Meals on Wheels, whatever it is that we can do. Every one of us can have an impact back on our community and on our world. Yeah. Kindness is awesome. It really is.
I know. I agree with you. I love that. We have a group here in Chilliwack called Kindness Change Chilliwack, and they feed seniors, bring them meals and stuff, right?
Yes.
So yes. It's that same thing. It's a nonprofit, and it's just a wonderful thing. I love all of this. I love what you do, and on behalf of the people who don't have a chance to say thank you to you, I'm going to say thank you. And I'm happy to air this. It's wonderful. Hopefully, you'll get more people to become involved, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Or even, as you say, know of somebody who could use some help in some way, whether it's to get a book or just somebody to reach out to them, right?
Exactly. It's just sometimes it's just having someone to talk to and just having an ear. We I think all go through our lives contributing in some way, shape, or form to our communities. And it is with the hope that when we get to this place of being 85 years old and sitting in our apartment, that there's somebody who cares enough to care about us, and our world is very, can be very a sad place when you listen to all the news and everything. And I think the good news part of our communities is what can keep us all going and, make a difference.
Right. And I just want to add, even if you're doing it for a selfish reason in that it makes you feel good to do good.
Doesn't it? Yeah. I don't know about you, but I remember, I was a brownie and a Girl Guide growing up, and and we always had our pieces that we had to do to earn our badges and help other people. And, the old Boy Scout piece of helping the old lady across the road, we don't see that anymore. They probably get hit by a cane because they thought you were getting their bag, ripped off. But it is true that, we're helping ourselves in the same places we're helping others.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for doing this. Just stay on camera. I just want to remind everybody that I'll leave the link so that you can contact Pamela if you want to volunteer, or if you know somebody that could just need, and you're not capable of, like for myself, I don't drive, so I wouldn't be able to drive and help anybody, but I might know somebody else who needs something. So just, I will leave the information there. And I just, again, thank you, Pamela, for doing this. I think it's wonderful. And everybody, thank you for watching the show. I hope you continue to do so, and put yourself out there a little bit. It does feel good. So
thank you very much, Nancy, for helping us spread the word about kindness and books and reading. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, and peace out.
Take care.
A sense of community, Chilliwack's a place to be. A sense of community where you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me. It's multicultural, you're sure to see it all. Chilliwack's a place to be, you'll see. Come party in the park, go dancing after dark. Chilliwack's a place to be, you'll see.